We make the strings louder.
Should we tell them what we did today? Should we tell them? Should we tell them what the plan is? So we installed the shift boot. Nice little bright blue shift boot. I adjusted the seat so I could actually sit like further forward a little bit, and then I got some of these fittings like a week ago because I needed to kind of match up to the flex fuel sensor for the return, but I need to go get some fuel line to do that. So I think we're gonna run, grab some food, go to Riley's, grab some fittings, and then or some fuel hose, and then come back. We'll wire it, or we'll actually hook up the flex fuel sensor, and then the other thing we need to do is the boost control solenoid today, and I think we might need to solder a couple little things into the ECU, but hopefully that shouldn't take too long. I've never actually done that before, but hopefully by the end of the day we'll have some boost by gear, some ethanol content, some fail-safe safety sensor things, and I don't know, hopefully she's gonna be a ripper. Alright, so this right here, this is a vibrant muff. We're gonna put that on there because this thing's freaking loud. You know what this is right here?
Resonator.
This is a vibrant res. Dirty old res. Probably needs that too.
So I don't drown? Stop. Quack. 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 Don't work that way.
You think that's it?
No, that's not how it works.
Alright, so oh, look at this, we got the 3-inch braided flex. This is a flex zone right here.
Can't start jet too hard, bud.
Yeah. So I might have I ordered all this vibrant stuff because I'm gonna make me a custom downpipe, custom exhaust with a muff. This thing's freaking loud. I don't want to sound like a damn ricer ripping around. But so we're gonna put this in today. We went to O'Reilly's and we got a little bit of fuel line. So we're gonna pull this off, stick this on, and then we're gonna have a flex fuel sensor. So you think it's just gonna go on just like this? Just gonna pull this off. Let's stick that on. Just call it good. Here's my gloves. Gentlemen, I present to you a Honda Civic with a flex fuel sensor. Now we already tested it. We already fired it up. But check out this E. Check out this E. Look at this. Look at this E right here. Look at that E78. Yeah, there we go. So if you guys are wondering about this gauge, I have boost on the outside of it right now. You can see right there is vacuum, and then that's 0. This is 8 pounds, that's 16, 24, and 30. The air fuel is right there in the center, and then the E77 is right there on the bottom. With this gauge, you could actually go in and set some different fail-safe parameters and stuff. So if you let's say if you're at 20 pounds of boost, but the AFRs go above 12.5, it'll cut the boost down to wastegate spring pressure. Just little stuff like that, and you could actually tie it into the ECU, so you could actually tell the ECU exactly what the ethanol content is, so you could kind of scale between tables and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably something we'll be working on a little bit today, so that way, you know, let's say I'm on a road trip and I wanna do some 91 things and just cruise on the highway. I can, or if I want to put the E85 in it and go out and race some frickin' Hellcats and stuff like that, or like Adam LZ's S15, like we won't have any issue doing that. So, but yeah, so we're gonna, I think now I'm gonna go ahead. What was the other thing we had to do?
We have to do
the boost.
yeah,
We gotta hook up the 4-port boost controller, so that way we could do some quick spool things. We could do some, we're gonna do some boost control things. We do boost by gear. We could go right here and we could go like high boost. Or we could come over here and low boost, or we could go, okay, that's high boost. Stuff like that. Or wiring a switch. I don't know. That's next. He's over here showing me how it's done.
You just gotta give it a blow.
That was pretty nice.
Like that?
Let's see.
Nope, that one didn't get it. Nope, close.
Pulled away too quick.
Oh, it probably has more solder on the backside. Come on, blow through.
I've never seen this technique before.
It's when you don't have the right tools, it's how you get it done.
You just do it. So basically what we're doing is desoldering all those guys right there, those guys right there, and those guys right there. And then this is my new upgraded soldering iron. David was actually going home because he didn't believe I had a good one. But yeah, then you install these little, like 5 little components you gotta put in. Did you get it?
No.
Crank it up.
I think it was at like 6.
Alright, so it's been like 2 days since I messed with this thing last. We were basically prepping it to take it to the dyno, and I was talking to Brent, and he said we could probably done it on Saturday. Then I ended up doing some other stuff at my house that night. But the night before that, having a bunch of issues with this thing, and I pretty much said screw it and just went home. But this thing right here, having some connectivity issues with the Hondata. So right now it's actually data logging, and you can see everything's all red and it says like 150,000 RPM, and it tries to connect to it, but normally when you do this, oh look, there it is. Look at that. It's working. You're kidding me. I mean, that's tight, but that's stupid. But yeah, so we're having a bunch of issues with it, like connecting and doing that other stuff, which Brent told me there might be like some cold solder joints or something on the ECU, and he said that he actually has a board up there that we could probably swap out. So I guess today we're going to go ahead and finish prepping it for the dyno. The brakes are really, really squishy. Maybe I'll go drive it around a little bit more on the street, but kind of what the other issue is actually tying into the wideband, trying to get it to read correctly so that it matches. You can see the 13.8 over there, 12.2 right there. I think I just need to adjust a little bit more of the settings, but basically ran into a brick wall, not being able to data log and actually hook up the flex fuel sensor, hook up the wideband, and then hook up the boost control solenoid, everything, because that's basically what we were doing, and just basically messed with it for 2 or 3 hours, couldn't get anything working. So we'll see if I could do anything with it now, and then I'll have Dave look at the board, see if there's any like bad capacitors or anything like that, and then I guess worst case scenario, we'll take it up there. We should be able to get it figured out up there. Alright, so I don't know what happened. It worked great for like 15 minutes. I was playing with a bunch of settings and doing some stuff. I think I got the wideband to kind of connect and actually work, and it was actually kind of logging correct to this, but everything right here is frozen again. So the tune and everything is on there. I adjusted the 2-step. I got some nice little 2-step sounds. It builds some boost now. Maybe a little bit lean, but we're gonna take it for a quick little drive with the head cam, and then I'm gonna come back, bleed the brakes, and then probably get ready for the dyno. So we'll give this guy a little test. should be good. We got E77 in here. Yeah, she's freaking ripping. All right, so I went through my stockpile of ECUs and I actually found a chipped P28 that actually initially came with this car, and basically just had a base map and stuff in it, had a little thing socketed into it. And let's see, where's that at? Uh-oh, there it is. Just had like this little guy in there. And this is a P72 that actually has a little chip socket and stuff in it as well. But we went ahead, and the ECU that I had, it was actually a PR4 ECU in a P06 housing. So anyhow, the whole thing just kind of looked kind of grungy. I don't know, you can see like there's like a lot of little sections in there that like look brown around it. I mean, this is really brown now because Dave used the heat gun. I guess the guys probably used like more of a high temp solder and it just didn't want to come out. So he's desoldering this other board right now and pulling off the chip socket, and then we're gonna swap all the stuff from the Hondata back over to it. So you got to have this little 14-pin thing, the little capacitor. This is all the stuff that we're going to use for the boost, or the boost by gear stuff. And so hopefully we'll have another ECU that works nice. While he's doing that, I'm playing around with a little bit of undercoating on this thing. Before, you know, you can see like the trailing arms and stuff down there. They're all like kind of white from all the primer. You can see in there it's all black now. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a before and after. So this is basically before, and then this is after. And so I'm just kind of blasting in there, kind of where you could see the tires. Put a little masking thing and just trying not to flick it on the paint. But that was one thing that was kind of bugging me, is when you looked inside the wheel wells, you could see all the primer stuff. And it's nice to just have like nice black wheel wells. I really don't like the suspension setup on here. This is what they call a low-tech. See that? Low-tech coilovers. And they're not really coilovers, it's basically stock things with sleeves. And I actually have a set of TN, 3 of them. I have like 2 for the front and then 1 for the rear. Came with a car that I bought that actually was wrecked in the corner, or an EG hatch a long time ago. And so I basically had to buy a full set to replace the 1. So it came with those, but it was only 3 of them. So gonna bleed the brakes and finish doing the undercoating and stuff on here, and hopefully that ECU gets her fixed up so we could actually go dyno this week. So while Dave's over there messing with the ECU, I'm going to go ahead and try to put on a little back section of exhaust. Oh, and went over here. So this is a Vibrant 3-inch muffler. And it should fit up in here pretty decent, but this does have some beautiful welds right there I'm getting ready to delete. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. And then I'm probably going to do like kind of like a turn down style exhaust, something like that, because I don't actually have a tip for it. But I think that should be good. I thought about kind of deleting this middle section and putting a resonator here, because this kind of sucks right there. You can see those beautiful welds and then these beautiful welds, which doesn't, I don't know. I mean, you can tell somebody like made some stuff. So I thought about making like a really nice downpipe. But this back section's not terrible. So I think I'll at least put a muffler on it for now. And then I do have another resonator that I might put on it later. If I, decide I want to do stuff like that and to make it a little bit quieter. But I think this will tone it down just a little bit, and so don't make everybody completely mad. so I got that all finished. That's it's not perfect, but it's better than what it was. This is something that actually happened to the hood because the oil feed was actually sitting up a little bit taller and was kind of rubbing on the bottom. You can see where it was rubbing right there. And I ended up having this issue a little bit ago, and I basically put a little bit of filler right there. I dented it back down, put a little bit of filler. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace this hood, probably with a black one, or like the primer one. And then what I'm going to do is maybe just paint it black, and then put kind of like some sort of mesh on it, and then paint it with the yellow, and then clear coat that and give it kind of like a I don't know, some sort of like a carbon fiber yellow type of thing. Maybe it's an option. So I did start messing with the exhaust a little bit back here. You can see that's right there, that 3-inch muffler. It goes right there. It looks actually not bad from the bottom, but I'm not sure if I like the look of it right here. It just kind of looks, I don't know, it just kind of looks wimpy. You know, like maybe this thing's a little bit too long. Maybe I need to cut it like right there, or actually do like some pie cuts and stuff to it. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for this video. David was having some issues kind of resoldering the pins. Basically, he took all the pins from the solder on that other ECU board and was trying to put them in on here. And you can see he almost got this whole side done, and then this one. He said the soldering iron was kind of being weird. This is a brand new one I just got off of Amazon, but he said it's just kind of like not acting right. So maybe it got messed up in shipping. So I think that's probably going to be it. Again, I did talk to Brent at PFI, and he said that they do have another board up there, so they could basically just swap me out. And I have a fresh P28 that hasn't had anything done to it, so I might just bring that up there and trade him out, and then send off this board out to somebody else and get another one kind of fixed. Or we'll see if Dave's able to kind of mess with it a little bit tomorrow. And either way, at least I was able to do a couple pulls in it today, and you know that the actual engine and all that stuff is working all right. And then I know that you know, once we got up there to PFI or whatever, I know that they would probably be able to kind of figure it out no matter what. So yeah, let me know what you think about this muffler. This video might be out by the time I actually decide to weld on it or not, or maybe we'll be at the dyno. I don't know. But if you guys are interested in that, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I will be keeping up or giving little updates and stuff when we do go to the dyno. So if you guys do want to follow along for that, let me know. Well, actually, don't let me know. Just go follow me on Instagram. But yeah, it's looking decent with that. That's at least a little bit better, so you guys could quit being mad. And then the wheel wells and stuff being black, it looks a lot better. And then what else? Did something else. Oh, we bled the brakes. And the brakes feel just a little bit better, but I think depending on how much power this thing ends up making, I'd like to do like a big brake kit on the front, something like that. But that's about it for tonight, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you guys in the next video, which should be on the dyno. So let me know what you think this thing's gonna make. We're gonna leave the eBay turbo on it for now, and then or at least some of the pulls, and whatever this guy is right there, I think that's like a, you know, eBay T3 T04E type of thing. And then I do have the Garrett GT3076, which is basically T3 exhaust housing, all that type of stuff. And I will be bringing that up with us just in case we have issues with this one. Just yank it off real quick, do a hood exit, and just call it good with that, and hopefully make some good power no matter what. But we do have those Deechworks 1250 or 1200cc injectors, so those should flow plenty of power up to about 500. But I'm not sure if the cams and all that stuff will do that. So yeah, that's where we're leaving it. Thank you guys again, and see you guys on the dyno.